Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first day of officially being a new type of broadcaster, a broadcaster in front of a blue screen, which will allow me to further explain, further define, further share with you. I don't know. It'll allow me to be more creative in my messaging. So I'm very excited that I have figured this out. And today we are talking about dealing with the danger zone. And like you see, we have a big danger zone sign in the back of my blue screen. I think this is going to be a wonderful way of delivering the message moving forward. And I look forward to hearing what your thoughts are. Do you like the blue screen? Do you think having an image on the back representing what it is that I'm speaking about will further enhance my message? And when I interview people, would you like to see their logo on the back? And do you think I am making a good use of the blue screen? Because I am here to serve you, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. As far as I'm concerned, I'm having a great time. I'm loving the fact that I can, play around with this blue. I love the blue, and I just love being creative with images. So I hope you enjoyed this brand new experience with exposing the plot. And we are now moving more towards our solutions, but we still have to expose the plot every now and then because we are still living the plot. We're still in the thick of it. Whether you see the war now or not, we are in the thick of it. Their plans have barely just begun. And however, it's only just begun for the people who haven't figured it out. And for those people who are still unsure and not aware of what's going on, this place is a danger zone. And I'm going to explain why I think this is a danger zone. And I would love to get your feedback and your thoughts. So I might put my glasses on later and hear some of your comments and answer some questions and start a dialogue, because I'm mixing things up here. But I would like to hear what your participation is and what your thoughts are. I would like to have your participation. And if you have thoughts or if you have supplementary evidence of other things that are dangerous, I would love to hear. Because last night I was watching cat videos, which is not something that I have done over the last few years. And I was having such a great time. I was watching cat videos, relaxing, and then we moved on to watching the Detail Geek clean cars. Very therapeutic. After a long day of, exposing the plot and our solutions, sitting back on the couch and watching cat videos and a guy detail a car is very, very relaxing and therapeutic. And I was enjoying my time relaxing until a commercial came on. And I saw with my own two eyes a COVID commercial. I could not believe I was hearing a COVID advert, a COVID solution advert. And I went from being relaxed and being in the groove, watching my cat videos and, just really soaking in the process of cleaning a car. And I was reminded that, oh my gosh, how can they be advertising this? How can they be promoting this product after all of what we have exposed, after everything that has been revealed? after the Nuremberg trials too, and even now the public apologies that we are seeing and we are hearing. And yet there is still an advert for COVID. There is a commercial for how to handle it and how to manage your symptoms. And I just thought for a moment, I realized what this realm was. I casted myself back to 2015 when I first started learning about Rockefeller et al. And all the industries that they have impacted. And I was reminded that it doesn't matter that they're pushing poison on the screen, because we are in the middle of a war, which has been defined by our governments. They are the ones that have classified us as the enemy, and they're the ones that have made lying to the public and torturing the public, which is what we saw with COVID, and really treating the public like slaves, like the peasant class. And it's only when you understand how this world is run, it's only when you push past the fear and you learn more about who your enemy is and what their goals are, that you step out of the danger zone and you're safe. And that's when I realized, gosh, this place is a danger zone. This place, it is, if you don't know what's going on, if you're not aware of the war, this place here on earth, this is the most dangerous place that we could even have landed in. I mean, some say that this is purgatory. This is actually hell on earth. And I wouldn't disagree with that. I would classify this place as hell on earth because of the danger zone. And we're not talking about just the weapons that they're using, such as the solutions that they're offering us and the TV that's in front of our eyes in our living room. But this place is a danger zone in terms of the people that are here as well. And there are people that use their consciousness, use their free will, and their freedom to do what they want, to harm people, to damage their reputation or damage a part of their life. And these people, we can classify these people with a label of narcissism or psychopathy or sociopathic. I mean, we can call these people either by a label or by their names. I mean, these people are a danger to us. They're a danger to society. They're a danger to our families and our communities. And I would like to share that today is actually a 20-year anniversary for me. 20 years ago, I married somebody who turned out to be a huge danger for me. And so now I want to talk about how this place is a danger zone. I want to talk about all the areas where we need to look out for danger. But I also want to say that there is a way out of this danger zone. There is a way out of this mess. And it is only a danger zone when you're not in the right frequency, when you don't have the right mindset. And that was the aha moment for me earlier today and yesterday when I watched the commercial. Last night when I was watching this commercial, the aha moment of, wow, this is a danger zone. And then this morning when I woke up, realizing it's only a danger zone if you don't know what's going on. Because I'm not in danger at the moment, and none of the people that I communicate with are in danger. It's only the people that are trusting the wrong people that are in danger. And so we are going to talk today about the weapons that we need to look out for. We're going to talk about the type of people that we need to look out for. And we're going to end this with a couple of tips, a few things that we can do to protect ourselves in this danger zone. Because protecting ourselves is the only way we're going to get out of this. And knowledge is the only way we're going to learn about why this is danger and how we can resolve this. Every single person has to go through the process of learning how to resolve this. But the beauty is that there are so many people on the planet that have already figured it out. You don't have to go through the learning process. We've already done this for you. All you have to do, the person who's listening, who doesn't know that this is a danger zone, you just have to have an open mind. You just have to push through fear, push through the cognitive dissonance that is going to come with this topic. Because any person that has stepped into health and wellness is going to know that this is a very, very dangerous place to be. But as an investigative journalist, I have exposed this place in all corners of consciousness. And I can tell you that it's not just health and wellness that we need to look out for. It's not just the solution that they're offering. It's not just the lie that we need to ignore. We need to remember our minds are very powerful. And so the minute that we believe a lie, we propagate that lie. We manifest that lie. So the danger zone is related to the products that were being sold. But it's also related to the narrative that is being told. The products are being sold for a narrative that is a lie. And so we need to avoid these products at all cost. And in fact, we need to avoid the entire medical system at all cost. Because allopathic medicine, the whole idea behind the medicine and the medical system that we're operating under right now, has all been set up by the people who want us dead. They've been set up by people who are motivated by money and not health and wellness. And so even though allopathic medicine, mainstream medicine, has saved thousands of lives, it is also the source of hundreds of thousands of lost lives, of misdiagnosis, of mistreatment, and misinformation. The medical system is responsible for so much sickness and death. And so we have to avoid these products at all costs. Our health and wellness needs to come from nature. And our ideas about how to get healthy and well need to come from people who know that this is our only solution. We cannot live another 100 years under the allopathic medicine belief system. And that goes for the law as well. The law that we are being governed by is very, very dangerous. I can't explain why the law is very dangerous in this sitting, but when you learn about the statutory system and you learn how we're being governed through the law by the statutory system, by government, this system, which is a worldwide system, has abuse at its very core. And it is breaking the family unit at the very core. So if we want to stay clear we need to disengage from these concepts that are making us sick and making us unwell and giving us false information. So, sorry, I sort of just blended the health and wellness and the law. The law is entrapping us. The law is enslaving us. We need to learn and we need to evolve because it's a danger zone. It's a danger zone now, but by 2030, this law is going to be a 24/7 tyrannical, worse than China social credit system. We don't understand how the law is impacting us. We're not going to get out of this mess. There are other weapons. There's the TV. There's mainstream news. There's mainstream media, any kind of entertainment. Well, we also have the 5G towers that we need to talk about, the devices that we're all using. I mean, this is a danger zone in every area of our lives right now. Our health and wellness, our governance, our entertainment, our personal addictions and habits, because this is moving into now a medical problem for teens, for little kids. This is a huge danger. And yet we just give it to our little people like it's healthy, like it's something that's going to help them evolve. And unfortunately, that is not what's happening right now. Unfortunately, I saw a video today about how smart is our civilization. And it was just a kind of a funny take on where we're at in the world. And it's not looking good. I mean, these people didn't know how to add. They didn't know how to define. They don't know what countries are. They don't know anything. And that's because we are in a war. That's because knowledge is inside the danger zone. And we need to learn that the knowledge that we've been told and the education that we've been taught at school, everything in mainstream media is propagated by a lie. And if the very source of it is a lie, then how valuable is that knowledge? How bright is that light of truth? If the core of what you're listening to or the core of what you're believing in is a lie, how does that propagate? And maybe not just in your life, but your children's life and their children's lives. Because we do have some of my friends who are grandparents and their kids don't know how to add. Their kids don't know what year the country was established in. They don't know how many dimes make up a dollar. This is basic stuff here that our little people don't even know. And that's a danger zone right there. We have a whole generation of dumb people because of these devices. And because we are trusting the wrong people. We're following along the steps of government and we're believing people that don't have our best interest. So if you're following the law or you're following medicine or you're following science, you follow the science, you're going to get right to the source of why we have a population of dumb people. So how we get out of this danger zone is very, very simple. You need to just trust the right people. But this is part of the problem because people are also weapons. People also pose a threat to humanity. And this day, 20 years ago, when I got married to my ex, I married a very dangerous person. Dangerous where his actions impacted my livelihood. Dangerous meaning his lack of empathy towards me created a mountain of pain, a mountain of anger. I mean, I can't even share with you in words the feelings that I have produced over the last 20 years. And I had no idea that abuse even existed. I remember when the first time I was abused psychologically from him, I felt it throughout my whole body, my whole soul. And I changed that day. My soul cracked at the core from this one person. The consciousness of this one person who continued to abuse his power, to control his free will. Everybody has the power to control their free will in any way they want to. And it's up to you whether you choose to use that in a positive way or in a negative way. And so if you are aligning yourself and you're trusting people that want to abuse you or want to control you or want to hurt you, these are not the people that you want to align yourself with. These are not the people that you want to trust. And in fact, this danger zone becomes more dangerous when you're trusting the wrong people. So trust is so important. And you can't gain trust like that. I mean, it doesn't come even in a year, even in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I was married to that guy for 10 years and he continued to screw me. So there's a certain way that we have to handle the danger zone. The people that are causing danger, we need to handle them in a different way. And we can't send them to jail. We cannot create violence. We can't do the same things that we have been raised to do or taught to do, because that's torture. That is psychopathic. Putting somebody in a jail cell because they smoked cannabis or sold some speed, that's torture. That's psychopathic. That is danger. We can't be sending people through the judge and the court system when their resolution is torture. That's danger right there. That's what's happening right now. That's the danger zone that we're living in. So we do need new ways of dispute resolution. And we do need to stay away from people that are going to cause harm. And we do need a way to reprimand the people that are going to cause harm. But we can't do it with harm. We can't reprimand with torture. So even though there are dangerous people out there, I still hold an olive branch of peace, harmony. I mean, we all need to get along here. And so even though there's dangerous people on the planet, doesn't mean that we can't love our enemy. And this brings me to a point that I would like to end with. And it is exactly this. It's to love your enemy. Because I connected with somebody on LinkedIn just recently. And I was intrigued because he was part of the committee of 300. He's part of the Council of 13. He's part of the board of the Federal Reserve, and he should be one of my enemies. But I reached out to him and I actually thanked him for the work that he and his team are doing. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have evolved into the best version of myself. If it wasn't for him and their plans, I wouldn't be here now. So thank you. Thanks to you guys, I'm doing what I do. And he replied back with a beautiful email. And, you know, he too is being censored. He too has been banned. And so maybe this war is a little deeper than we give it credit for. Maybe not every person on that side is of the dark. Maybe there are light workers on the other side helping us. The enemy is actually your ego. The enemy is the fear of the unknown. And as I keep an open mind with my enemy who's been banned and censored, I'm starting to look at his content. I'm starting to read his replies. And he's coming from a very pure and practical perspective. Everybody on the planet is going through this situation at the moment. And everybody has a choice and a free will. And we can use our consciousness for good. We do not need to be playing in the danger zone. It's a choice. It's a choice whether we listen to that commercial, whether we believe the COVID lie. Just like it's a choice whether we want to obey the statutory system that classifies us as a slave and puts us under a feudal system. We have a choice. We do not need to vote for our slavery. We do not need to agree to tyranny. We have the power inside of us to step out of the danger zone and walk in a brand new direction, which is what I have been doing, which many of you have been doing. But for the people that are watching TV and believing the medical system and following the narrative, you are in a danger zone. This is war. And your mind is under attack, your body's under attack, your spirit is under attack. If you knew the weapons that were being used on you right now, you would walk in a new direction. If you knew the plans for humanity, you would participate in change. So I am asking everyone who perhaps is in the danger zone right now, who's listening to this message, to not be fearful and not shut me out and call me evil or of the dark, but to open your mind, to lean in to the unknown, to address the evil and face the fear. Because it's not as bad as you think. And there is a golden nugget on the other side. Once you push past that fear, you'll see there is really nothing to fear. You'll see that fear, that uncomfortableness, that's just your ego. It's just a made up tool for you to stop doing what you would perhaps normally do. So in this example of my new connection on LinkedIn, who's part of the committee of 300, I would have perhaps not even reached out to him. I would have been fearful or scared, but I leaned into that and I reached out to him. And it turns out he's just like one of us. Now, maybe he might be a plot, he might be controlled opposition, or he might just be lying to us. I don't know. But it does show that there is empathy here in the danger zone. And it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. Even the whole story of the plot doesn't need to be doom and gloom. When you learn really about what is at the core of this, it's actually a positive story. It's actually, there is hope here. Even though it's dark, even though it's something I wouldn't have dreamt up, I do see that there is hope here. I do see these pockets of light. So I'm very excited to be walking in the light, but I also know that the danger zone is here, and we're going to live with this danger zone for the rest of our lives. Until we have a TV or until we continue to have this concept of government, the danger zone will be here. But it's up to us what we do with this, because we don't have to choose the danger zone. There is actually a safe and comfortable place here as well. So speaking of safe and comfortable places, you guys, so I am throwing an event, to an online event, nothing major, 30 minutes, to share with you all the brand new things that I'm doing on the Freedom Collective Foundation platform. And I want this platform to be a place that's comfortable for you, where you can learn and grow and find all of the secrets that I have explored, all the secrets that I have discovered. Because this platform is all of the knowledge that I have put into this topic of building the new earth. I've spent thousands of hours researching who our enemy is, why this is happening, and I've figured out what the solutions are. And now it's just about moving forward towards those solutions in a comfortable and safe way with like-minded people who are walking towards the new earth as well. So I invite you to not only join the Freedom Collective Foundation community, but I would love to invite you to joining me on the event where I can share a little bit more about what the platform is going to do for you, for your family. And I'm also looking for influencers who are subject matter experts. So if you or somebody you know is promoting or providing a service or a product, or is a podcast show host in the areas where we need to rebuild, I would love to speak with you. All right. Thank you guys for listening to today's topic. We are living in a danger zone, but there is safety all around. And it's just a matter of us finding that safety and stepping on a path of abundance. And if you're in my audience, that's likely what you're doing now. So there's not much to worry about. But for all those people that are believing the lie, danger zone, bring them over here to the light. And our problem, well, they're not going to be all gone, but some of our problems will be. All right, you guys. Well, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you and say, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.